Today we're playing the best deck for every single win condition in Clash Royale Part 3. By the end of today's video, I'll have showed you guys the best deck for every single win condition in Clash Royale and how to play it in this series. Our opponent right here does have Fireball, and the Skeletons maybe could actually be Hog 2.6 right here. And guys, right now we're playing the best deck in the game for wall breakers, which is this really aggressive Logbait spam type of deck. If you don't have Mother Witch or you just don't face a lot of Swarm type of decks, you guys can always feel free to add a Princess instead. I think Princess would work just fine as well. So yeah, it's a really fun deck to play. Also pretty easy to play as well. You just want to play this deck super aggressively because with a deck like this, guys, the best defense is a good offense. Because if you're not attacking enough, your defense is going to kind of just fail over time. You know, like you can't defend really huge golem pushes that well with a deck like this and stuff like that. So you kind of have to make sure that you're playing this deck aggressively and you're just forcing your opponent to spend their elixir where they don't want to, so that way they can't attack you in the way that they want to. And you can already see we're off to a great start here, guys, even though he has so many counters to us. You know, he has 2.6 with a quick cycle. He should have a complete hard counter to our deck, but we're already up like a good 1,500 damage, so looking pretty nice. And one of the most important things you can do with this deck is to get really good Evo skeleton armies, so I'm going to try to show you guys how to do that. And right here, I think we could maybe get a nice Dark Goblin down on this cannon. If you play it on the inside tile in the same lane as a building, it doesn't get hit by the tower. So yeah, that's a nice little trick for you guys to sometimes use. And we can also get our Wall Breakers split plus Goblin Barrel. That should actually be pretty nice for us, I think. Now, he's probably going to get a Hog Rider down with this, I'm sure. So, okay, wait, he doesn't, actually. Ooh, no, guys. No Evo Skellies. Honestly, guys, that Hog Rider takes like half my tower, but I'm just happy that the Evolved Skeletons didn't chain on me, because that would have been truly heartbreaking if they had. We can actually go for the Goblin Barrel now. Okay, that's actually way too much log value. Might be getting a little bit ahead of myself right here, guys, if I'm being honest, but at least we get the one Dark Goblin hit on the tower. And with our Evo Skarmy, I feel like we're going to be able to defend his Hog Rider pretty nicely, actually, so I think we can maybe make something work right here. Alright, I guess we just get a Dark Goblin in the back, and then maybe we can go for the split Evolved Skeleton Army right now. Yeah, let's go for it right here. Nice, guys, look at that. We did a perfect kind of play with our Evo Skarmy. We're keeping the General behind the Skelly King, and that's exactly what you have to do in a situation like this, guys, in a matchup like this. Look at our Skellies, guys! Look at our Skellies! Oh, the General's gonna die, though, to the log. Bro, if the General didn't die to the log right there, guys, that would have just been game over, but as you can see, we're still in quite a good spot. Our opponent doesn't seem to be too happy about it either. Nice, man. Beautiful Skarmy right here. We have our Evo Barrel now, so I'm just going to spam this here. The Hog Rider is going to get completely decimated, and man, guys, the Evo Skarmy is genuinely carrying this matchup. It actually does not even feel like a bad matchup when you consider how broken Evo Skarmy can be. He gets a nice Evo Cannon, but we still get good damage there, so pretty happy with this position right now. He does get his Hog Rider, but I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, he tries to prediction log me, but I was not about to fall for that. And Hog Rider gets 0 hits on the tower. Wow. And you could see a very important thing about this deck as well is to kind of split up your pushes, guys, because if you go all in one lane, you're kind of just bound to give your opponent crazy value. Bro, what is this Dark Goblin doing? Evo walking on water. Evo Dark Goblin is just walking on water. It's not even evolved, but it's acting like an Evo Dark Goblin. How did that just get pushed on the water, guys? Bro, that is actually one of the crazier things I've seen in a while. I'm going to go for my Skarmy here, guys, simply to get some souls for my Skelly King. Just kind of trying to block up the lane right here is what I'm trying to do. Now, this guy could try to Fireball cycle me, but if we're able to apply good enough pressure, I feel like it's going to be very hard for him to do that. So we're just going to spam like a madman, is what I'm going to try to do here. I'm going to go for the Evo Skeleton Army trick once again, guys, making sure the General's always behind. That's the important thing. He could go in for a Hog here, guys, but our Skeletons are going to be invincible. Bro, our Skellies are literally invincible right now, guys. Oh, it died. But we still take no Hog hits once again. Bro, I don't know how I keep on getting away with this, guys. Bro, this is kind of crazy right now. And you can see we're doing a really good job of spacing our troops out, so he's not really able to get that good spells, usually. And he does go in for a Hog Rider right here, but I think if we get a nice, nice Skarmy, nice Goblin Gang, we should be able to hopefully deal with this a little bit, please! Okay, I think it's over. It's over. Bro. Wait, we get some damage! No way! No way! Thank you! I can't believe he lost like that. Alright guys, right now we're playing the best Lava Hound deck in Clash Royale, which is this Lava Hound control deck. I really like this deck because instead of just going for, you know, like a Lava Hound first play as you do with most Lava Hound decks, with this one you can actually play it a lot more defensively. I mean, I will go for an aggressive Hound here just because he played the Bowler, but yeah, with this deck you can actually like defend first and then kind of counter push after. But I do usually like to go for like my Tombstone first play, and if they don't respond to that, I'll just go for a Lava Hound usually. But yeah, we'll see what happens right here. I think this guy might actually be playing Lumberloon. Yeah, it has to be. Pretty nice miner right here. Kind of wanted to Mega Minion, but if I played my Mega Minion, then he could have just gone for an aggressive Balloon, so couldn't really afford to do that. His E-Drag is actually going to not really, reach the Flying Machine, so we made him go for a kind of an awkward Tornado. Can't really support this Hound much, because if I Mega Minion, I mean, that's just going to help out his E-Drag to get more value, so we're just going to chill with this for right now. I guess I'll actually just cycle my... Wait, why would he lone Balloon? Hello? That's a really weird play. Is he going to freeze, or what is he trying to do here? Oh my gosh. Okay, at least that was only one hit on the tower. Could have been a little bit worse, I suppose, guys. I'm just going to go for my Hound in the back right now. He spent like all his elixir playing that, you know, freeze and everything, so this Hound should be pretty nice. And yeah, guys, right here, what I'm trying to do is just always get my cycle right. I'm trying to like be a little bit aggressive with my machines sometimes and stuff like that, but I'm still trying to kind of keep my cycle right. Always have my like Mega Minion at least in cycle for when he goes for the Balloon, and yeah, just trying to get things in order how they should be. I could go for a Flying Machine at the bridge, but I feel like there's no point because he would just get a Tornado down, so we're just going to get it going in the back instead right here. I kind of have to cycle my Mega Minion now, which is not what I want, but kind of what I have to do. That's actually a nice Evo Zap, kind of resets his Electro Dragon chain a little bit, which is good, and we can just go for this in the back. That was a very big overcommit on the freeze, guys. I think he was expecting me to go for a Lava Hound at the bridge there, but I didn't. I instead just went for it in the back, which actually was, I guess, a really smart play out of us. And he played his freeze already, so he can't really do too much about my stuff right here. And guys, what I can actually do is go for a miner in the back, simply to tank for the E-Drag a little bit, maybe to allow our machine and whatnot to actually get in there a little bit. He does go for the freeze on defense, so can't really get any damage here. But it's okay. We're still slowly kind of chipping him away, so honestly, it's not looking bad for us right now. Oh my gosh, guys, no. Please, Mega Minion, deal with this Balloon. Don't get a freeze. Nice, he doesn't get a freeze or anything. I know he has the Evo E-Drag, guys, so I'm going to get a miner down once again, which does block his E-Drag. He's probably going to get a really good Tornado soon, though. Wait, look at all that damage there. Nice. We could also just get our Tombstone to block up the lane, guys, and we know he's going to Lumberjack Balloon with this, so we're just going to get this down right here. How did that disappear in like a millisecond? Can we explain that, Supercell? Wait, I think we actually survived? Wait. Guys, there is no actual way that I just survived that. I'm just going to ignore the Balloon at this point. There's no way it gets that much damage that I really have to worry about it. Guys, I don't know how I survived that. Bro, how? I'm genuinely just in shock that I survived. My gosh, I'm just going to finally play my Barbarians now. We can also Evo Zap just to make sure the Inferno Dragon is going to die right here. Bro, low-key I could Lava the Bridge just to get chip damage. Yeah, I'm going to Lava the Bridge literally just to try to get Lava chip damage here, guys. I know he could go for a Lumberloon, though, so I'm a little bit worried about that. We do get our machine down right here. We can also get a nice curse down and then just reset his Inferno Dragon to give our Hound a little bit more time to go at it. Wait, the one Goblin! Nice, the one Goblin! It might have just won me the game. I cannot believe I just won this matchup. You guys can see it was just really a great display of control that won me this game. My favorite Xbow deck in the game right now is for sure 3.0 Xbow with the Electro Spirit. It's pretty nice to have the Electro Spirit in this meta to help you deal with Graveyard and just different Swarm decks like that, because you don't have really any splash in this deck. You don't have like a Valkyrie or something like that, so E-Spirit's definitely nice to have. And guys, I feel like Xbow is just extremely underrated right now. I don't really see anyone saying that Xbow's that good, but I've seen a lot of top Xbow players just perform so well in recent metas, and feels like just really easy to play in some matchups as well. Obviously, there's some matchups where it's kind of difficult, but a lot of the matchups nowadays are just pretty straightforward. Oh my gosh, I just barely got those skeletons down in time. Now, guys, my favorite way to just play Xbow is to just be kind of passive at the start, just split my archers and stuff like that so I could get to the Evo. And then usually after that, I'll just get an Xbow in the lane that they don't play anything in. Like sometimes I'll go for split archers first play. They play like a knight in the back on one side, then I just Xbow the side that they don't play anything in. That's usually what I do. But yeah, my favorite starting play overall is always split archers, and you can really cycle anything with this deck, to be honest. You won't really get punished for cycling almost anything first play, except like your Tesla Fireball or Xbow is not a good starting play. This guy here is going to have pretty strong defense to our Xbow, honestly, but I feel like the Boss Bandit is a little bit awkward against Xbow since it costs so much elixir, so maybe we can make things work well with that. But it is going to be kind of difficult at the same time because he's going to have the Vine spell to kill my archers, which kind of sucks, honestly. But in this type of matchup, guys, you can literally just defend for 5 minutes and just pretty much Fireball cycle. But I don't really like playing Xbow like that. I'm a little bit more of an aggressive Xbow player, so I probably will be trying to at least get a few Xbows here when we get the right situation. He does go for an interesting Vines. I guess I'll just go in for my Xbow because of that. Not really the greatest play for him. We do block his Executioner pretty nicely. A little bit late on my Skellies, though. Oh no, guys, I kind of messed up, man. If I got my Skellies a little bit earlier, I wouldn't have had to spend the whole extra 3 elixir there on the knight, but it's okay. We could still work with it. And guys, usually when I get my Xbow down, if it's a matchup where I know I could get punished for going for a too aggressive Xbow, I just will try to have my Teslas kind of spammed on the field. Because sometimes, guys, you can just set up for the Tesla early in the middle, and then, you know, if they have like a giant or something like that, or like some sort of bridge spam deck, you can just have that ready to help you out on defense. So yeah, it usually works out pretty well to get these early Teslas. This guy is kind of getting us in a bit of a pickle right now. What I'm going to do is go for my split archers here, because if I go for them in the same lane, he just gets an easy Vines, but if I split them, he kind of has to just like pick and choose where he wants to Vines, like which side does he want to go for his Vines onto. And wow, our Evo archers are putting in the work right now against this Boss Bandit. We completely take it down. Evo Tesla for sure is going to deal with the Ramrodder just fine, and I'm just going to kind of wait for him to cycle his Boss Bandit again, because when he does, I can probably get a nice Xbow other side. I will take the Fireball on the Executioner, though. You can see we're just prioritizing defense first. We're getting some Xbows here and there, but we're making sure first that we have a good defense. He does go for his Furnace in the back. I guess I'll just go in for an Xbow right now. I'm just not really too worried, because if he does spam me, we obviously have our Tesla. And I'm going to get a low Tesla going right here just to help us out against this Boss Bandit and whatever else he might try to play here. So it's just going to, yeah, support our Xbow and hopefully get us a little bit of a lock maybe. His Furnace does get a lot of damage, but we finally do get a nice Xbow lock. It took us quite some time, but even just a small Xbow lock like that is sometimes all you need in a game. We can now go for another Xbow because we have our archers supporting, and then I'll just set up with the early Tesla once again. I love to go for this Tesla positioning when I'm facing a Furnace, because you just want to make sure that that Tesla is going to distract properly and not let your tower take the beating from the Furnace. If you go for it any lower, the Furnace will just go straight for your tower. He does go in for his Vines here, guys, but we're kind of overwhelming him little by little. We can now get a second Xbow down. He played his Vines, so if he tries to, like, Boss Bandit, we just get really good Evo Archers. Very nice. We played the Skeletons purposely on the side just to avoid the Boss Bandit from doing too much. Wait, this Furnace! Hold up! Hold up, guys! I gotta be careful. Even if you play really well all game, if you just make one big mistake at the end, that can be all it takes, but yeah, we actually make this guy give up, and that is already game over. Man, I am so glad to announce that Royal Hogs are actually back now in Clash Royale, and the top Royal Hogs deck in the game right now is just this OG version with the Archer Queen. Despite the 3-card cycle being removed from the game, this deck still has made quite a nice comeback, and it's just a lot better in the meta because there's not those annoying Goblin Giant Pekka decks anymore, which were pretty difficult to deal with for this deck. Now guys, the 3-card cycle removal does mean that you can't really get as many piggies throughout the game as you could before, but at the same time, you are still able to just get an even better defense going, you know, because you get the Archer Queen multiple times sometimes on a single defense, so that allows you to just hard counter Lava Hound and stuff like that pretty easily compared to before. This guy does go for his Goblin Gang plus Bats, but our Earthquake is going to come down here and put in the work, I guess. Yeah, this is not too bad. We also let the Spear Goblins lock. Guys, you always want to let the Spear Goblins lock on your tower and then Ice Spirit after one of them is on your tower. Because if you do that, then the Ice Spirit will actually connect instead of just dying. He does cycle the arrows on nothing here, which is not really the best for him. I'm just going to Queen the back. I only really want to go in for my Hoggies when I have my Earthquake in cycle, because if I just go for them for no reason, then he'll just mortar and defend pretty easily. Now, he does cycle his Skeleton King, so we could pretty easily just get our piggies here. And I do like to usually play my piggies all in the same lane, guys. I know a lot of people love to go for split lane piggies all the time, but for me, I think it's just better to go usually in one lane, because that way you can just focus all of your efforts into one tower instead of having to get shot at by 2 princess towers at the same time. So it just makes it a little bit better. We do actually get a really good skeletons catch there on the miner, which pretty much fully shuts it down. Yeah, we only take a single hit. We could go for our piggies here, and he's probably going to get a Skelly King, so I'm going to go for like a log as well, maybe for a gang if he goes for it. He actually doesn't, but it doesn't really harm us. I do actually like to go for predictions sometimes, guys. I mean, you'll see that I don't really make too many predictions, but the predictions I do make, they're always kind of harmless predictions. I love to make predictions that even if I miss them, I don't get harmed by it. I don't really go for those crazy predictions that you sometimes see on TikTok and stuff like that, but I usually go for like these little predictions that could sometimes win me a game, but even if I don't hit it, I'm still not really going to suffer too much at all. We have to be a little bit careful right now, guys, because he is going to get to his Evo Mortar, so I'm a little bit worried about that, actually. We do have our second Archer Queen down, which just instantly fills up our ability. Guys, as you can see here, when you have an Archer Queen and you get a second one on the board, you just instantly fill up its ability again, which is so nice. Maybe I could have popped my Queen ability there, to be honest, but I don't think it really matters too much. What I really have to watch out for right now, though, is going to be the Evolved Mortar. So I just got to make sure that I have my Earthquake ready for that, and I don't overcommit too much. Okay, cart just got pushed so far forward into my tower. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That actually got a lot of damage. I think I will just go in for my piggies here, then I'm going to Evo Ice Spirit. He's going to have to Mortar here. Yeah, he goes for the Mortar. Oh, he actually didn't get to his Evo Mortar yet. Never mind. I was a little bit off on my counting, I guess. Piggies do get a little bit of nibble damage, though, which is great, and looks like we can get a pretty nice value delivery. That better not go on my tower this time. Are we for real? No. That did not just get on my tower. No, 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 no. Guys, these cannon carts need to be stopped. Please, Archer Queen. Oh my gosh, this guy's cannon carts are just different. I don't even know what's going on right now. Okay, guys, so I'm still going to be ready for the Evo Mortar. I'm going to go for my cannon up high because I know if I go for the Hoggies, he's going to try to get his Mortar up high. We will get our delivery to kill the Evo Bats, and yeah, he does go for the Mortar in the opposite lane just like I expected. Ice Spirit does come down just in the nick of time there to deal with the Mortar shot, and I think our piggies might at least get a little bit of damage here, hopefully. Wait, that's not enough damage to win, guys. Hold up. That is not quite enough damage. You can always get a nice defensive Earthquake on Skelly King abilities. It's honestly a pretty decent trade usually. I'll definitely take the delivery here, and now we can just go for an Earthquake, and that will be just enough damage to take the win. Guys, Graveyard is absolutely broken right now, and this is the best Graveyard deck to play in the meta. I don't know why, guys, but Graveyard got like 20 separate nerfs, and it's somehow still broken. I mean, I guess I do know why. I think the issue is probably the Graveyard itself at this point, which Supercell... which Supercell just seems to not really want to address. They keep on nerfing like every single thing about these Graveyard decks except the Graveyard. We're going to get our Vines right here just to kill the Hunter. He does get his RG very aggressively, but guys, look at our Valkyrie making its way to the tower. This should actually be some very nice damage, and his RG will get a lot of damage as well, but honestly, I'm kind of okay with this. Yeah, he has to respond to my Berserker plus Barb as well, so... Well, I guess we're down a bit of damage, but... wasn't the worst thing for us. Yeah. I kind of thought he had Monk, not gonna lie, so maybe that Graveyard wasn't like the best ever, but yeah, I thought he'd have Monk, so I didn't know he could counter the Valk with the Ghost there. I'm gonna set up with my Furnace in the back of the opposite lane. When you're playing a Graveyard deck like this, guys, it's usually good to get these Furnaces going opposite lane of your opponent because they can just never really get value against it with spells. They either will just like Fireball and get not a good trade because they don't completely kill it, they only kill most of it, but not all of it. Or they could sometimes just poison, but I mean, it's just like a 4-for-4 trade at that point, so really isn't bad at all. I'm going to go for my Vines right here. I do love Vines in Graveyard because you get a lot of defensive value and offensive value out of it. And guys, if you don't have Vines leveled up, you can always play a Spirit, like an Ice Spirit instead, and that will do just... well, not just as good, but it will still do pretty good, so... yeah, that's definitely an option. This guy does go for the Royal Giant, guys, but we can just get a very nice Evo Valkyrie to pull that back. He does go for a Fisherman here, but honestly just really late, so it's not really going to help him too much. And I'm going to go for a very aggressive Graveyard just because he overspent a lot with that RG. And he's saying well played already, guys. I think he knows it's probably going to be a lot of damage here. We catch the Ice Spirit with the Vine spell, but it's actually not game over yet. I'm not going to lie, I thought that was tower down, guys, but... Not quite tower down, still good damage though. And by the way, this man is actually a scammer who we're facing right now. This guy used to be a very old CRL pro from way back in the day. He was a CRL pro from Indonesia, but then he just started scamming people after he kind of retired from being a pro, I guess. So there's that. Hopefully we can beat him here just to avenge all the people that he scammed. I'm going to go pretty aggressive with the graveyard here just because he doesn't really have a lot to punish me with, guys. Like, he can't really get counter pushes off my graveyards. He only has Hunter, but we can just poison that every time, so... Most of the time, Graveyard's a very passive deck that you kind of wait till late double or even triple elixir to actually start playing your cards with, or like your graveyards with, but... You know, if they can't punish you, there's no reason to not go in earlier. Against cycle decks, usually. Against heavier decks, sometimes you might have to wait a bit more. It kind of is just very matchup dependent. Once again, we are going in kind of aggressively here, but Valk does clear up just about everything. I'm going to go for a set of vines here, which do catch his fisherman, and might allow us to get a tiny bit of chip on the tower. Okay, we just make him log. What I have to be kind of careful about now is giving him fireball value, so I'm going to try to get my furnaces mostly a little bit higher up from now on. Okay, now we can just get an Evo Valkyrie down. But I will warn you guys, with the Evo Valkyrie, it's kind of easy for them to activate their King Tower off of it using a Fisherman if they're smart, so do watch out for that a little bit, guys. But luckily, this guy has not really been able to do it, and we just get so much damage there, so we're going to take the win here. He says, well played, and that is going to be a good game. The best Electro Giant deck in Clash Royale right now is for sure this variation with the Evolved Baby Dragon and the Evo Skarmy. I really do love the evolutions in this deck especially, guys, because with the Evo Skarmy, you could sometimes get it split in the back and then tank for the captain with the E-Giant and just get a lot of value out of it. Wait a minute, we can actually get a bowler right at the bridge here, guys, and it's going to walk up, so maybe it can actually reach the tower. Oh, I'm not sure if it's quite in range or not. He blocked it with this Skellies. Oh, it just barely wasn't in range. Wait, guys, I'm going to go for my E-Giant right here. Wait, do we distract the minions? Oh, we don't fully do it, but we do get the bowler a little bit on the tower, actually. You guys can see exactly what I'm talking about with the bowler here. You can just play that drawn at the bridge and just get so much value sometimes. I'm going to go for the late Barbaro here, and if he goes for a miner, we do have our skeleton army to counter it pretty nicely. Yeah, he does go for the miner here, but we catch it pretty easily. And guys, with this deck, obviously the Evo Skarmy is really nice to have, but if you don't have the Evo Skarmy, you can always play guards instead of it, and then just put a cage over the Goblin Hut and use that evolution instead. That does work perfectly fine as well. I'm going to get my Baby Dragon going in the back here. With this deck, guys, you can sometimes get into awkward cycles, I feel like, when you're playing an Electro Giant deck. I mean, same kind of goes for most beatdown decks in the game, so... In single elixir, sometimes you could get your E-Giants down, and sometimes you could get nice pushes in the right opportunities, but... Most of the time, you just want to play good defense and just sort of counter push or just wait until double elixir. Very nice Goblin Hut right there. And what I often love to do with this type of deck, guys, is that I'll usually just go for a bowler in the back, and then I'll just get an E-Giant off to the side with that bowler. Because using the bowler, you could sometimes actually push the E-Giant out of buildings' ranges, which can be really nice. Now, I could go for a lightning here, but I feel like it's just not worth it on this low HP cannon. Just a little bit too low HP to be worth it to me. We're going to pull in this Goblin Doctor so we can hopefully kill it here. Not really sure if it's going to die, though. Okay, we just have to go for our Goblin Hut here on the wall breakers. All good, though. He does go for his ability, actually, which is kind of annoying. But we're not down by too much. And guys, now we have our Evo Skarmy, so I think now we can go for the nice split here. Yes, we're going to get the Captain right behind the E-Giant, so it just stays alive for a long time. He does get his poison, though. You know, I didn't really think about that. Poison's a very easy way to get rid of it, I suppose. We could just go for a lightning right here. He's probably going to cycle to a second cannon. Can't really stop that from happening, but it's okay. We could just get our king up here off the wall breakers, which is pretty nice. We do take a connection in the process, but still, it's not too shabby. He's probably going to pop his Stein ability right here, I would assume. Let's see if he does it or not. Oh man, he gets a second Goblin Stein down. I'm going to go for my Skarmy just to make him pop the ability early, maybe. Yeah, just go for the early ability. I could have went for my Hut there, but I knew that he probably would react a little bit slowly with the ability, so we get some pretty good value out of that. We counter the wall breakers too. And Baby Dragon is going to splash these things down pretty nicely, so not looking too bad right now. I'm going to go for a bowler because he's going to high cannon. Nice, I knew it! I knew it, guys. Sometimes if they go for, like, high buildings a lot, you could start to just predict them just like that, and it could put you in a really nice momentum lead inside of the game. Now, we could potentially get a really nice lightning right here. Yeah, I'm going to go for the lightning here. Nice, man! We predicted the cannon! Beautiful! I'm going to pull these minions in, otherwise they won't die. And Ichai is just getting so much damage right here. He was literally countering me the entire game, guys, but just that singular prediction there of the high bowler on the cannon is probably what just won us the game right now. So, yeah, he's already giving up, poisoning our king tower, and we just took that one easy. We're now playing the best Ram Rider deck in Clash Royale, which is this version with the Spirit Empress and Boss Bandit. It's a really fun deck to play. It's so nice to just combo your opponents or just catch them off guard with the Goblin Curse. And guys, if you don't have the Spirit Empress leveled up, you can always put Executioner instead of it and just have maybe a Lightning in the deck over your Goblin Curse, and you could put like Snowball over the Zap. That variation does work pretty nicely as well. I'm going to get my Empress down the middle here because I think this guy's playing Minor Rocket, so I just want to, I guess, have some good pressure early on. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes for the Skeletons. Man, I could have prediction zapped on the Skellies, to be honest with you guys, but I didn't really trust it too much. Boss Bandit might actually have a chance to make it to the tower here. Yo, it's on the tower. That's actually going to be good damage. Just a couple hits there is still quite nice. I'm going to play my Furnace in the corner right here, guys. The reason why I'm playing it in the corner is because I know he has the Tesla in his deck, and if you play it in the middle, the Furnace is always going to get distracted by the Tesla very easily, but if you play it in the corner, it has a higher chance to kind of bypass the Tesla and go for the tower sometimes directly, so that's the reason why I did that. He does go for a log here as well. I'm really just trying to avoid giving this guy rocket value as much as possible, so I'm always going to try to play my troops a little bit higher up if possible, and yeah, so far it's working out pretty nicely for us. The Empress will always be really nice to play in the middle as well, because it's just going to snipe down the Teslas pretty easily and stuff like that, so far we're not looking too bad at all. Empress will kill the Tesla, and it does stay alive on like 1 HP here. Yo, guys, this Empress is cooking it up right now. Ram Rider gets a charge on the tower. This guy's definitely making some mistakes here. He actually does have the Evo Skellies now, but they kind of just got wasted there. He's already calling good game. It's definitely not over yet, guys, because we have no direct damage with this deck, but, you know, it's safe to say that we're in a good spot right now. And for the Furnace, guys, we can actually go for it in the middle sometimes as well to snipe buildings. Only if they play their Tesla a little bit higher, though, does it actually work. So, not this time, but maybe some of the times we can do a pretty good job with it. He might get his rocket down soon. I'm not 100% sure, though. Okay, he goes for that. We can actually just get our Evo Zap here, then just Curse just to take that sliver of HP off the Tesla. Ram Rider does force out his delivery as well, and we're not really getting much damage here right now, guys, but what we're doing is that we're just forcing him to allocate his elixir to defending instead of trying to rocket cycle me, which is exactly what I want right here. So I'm pretty happy with this spot. We can maybe even get double boss bandits potentially later in this game, so that will be pretty nice as well. I'm just going to get my Spirit Empress going kind of low right here, and let's see if he tries to rocket it or do something else. Okay, so he does go for the rocket onto it. He actually doesn't hit my boss bandit though, which is kind of nice for me. We're going to pop our ability here. I like to sometimes just preemptively pop that Boss Bandit ability. We get a Curse down as well, but he does get nice Skeletons up high. I'll give him that. He tries to prediction log on my Skellies, but he doesn't quite get it. Yeah, this actually might be kind of close, guys. I don't know. It's really just all about how much pressure we can apply on him right now. That's what's going to decide this game. He does go for a high Tesla, maybe trying to predict my Spirit Empress, but luckily I didn't play it when he wanted me to. And he does go for a rocket here, which does actually kill everything, but his Tesla is off the board, so he's going to have to cycle to another one, maybe. He might have to Tesla here. I think he has to. Yeah, he goes for a very late Tesla, but you can see we're just ever so slowly getting up and up in Elixir, so pretty happy with this spot. And I'm just going to always get my Skellies ready for his miners. You can see that we're really just getting our cycle in the perfect position that we want it to be in, guys, just so that way we can always have, like, Skeletons for the miner and, you know, like, just the perfect spells and all of that at the perfect time that we need it. And it's going pretty well right now. He's probably going to get his rocket down on me in a second right here. I would not be surprised at all. Is he not going to rocket? This guy's surprisingly passive. Now, he could rocket all of this junk right here, guys. I think he probably will, so I'm not going to spam anymore with this. Yeah, really good game sense knowing that, yeah, he was probably going to get a nice rocket there. But now without that rocket, he's going to probably struggle a little bit to rocket cycle my tower. He does get the Dark Prince down. We can just get a second Boss Bandit. And, guys, the Furnace is actually going to snipe this Tesla really nicely as well. We could pop our ability just to get farther back. Oh, nice! It actually got on the tower. The Evo Skelly does get chained on by my Boss Bandit, and our Ram Rider is just going to take us the very nice win.